What's up everyone, this is Adnan Chaudhary from One Shoot Productions. Today we are going to create an awesome glossy logo. So let's get started. Go to File, New. For simply press Ctrl N, and the size of the document is width is 800, height is 800, resolution is 72 pixels per inch, and the background contents for this time we will use transparent, and we will change this name to about glossy, because we are going to create glossy. Let's give it a logo. Okay, so hit OK. Now press Ctrl 0 from your keyboard to size it up or fit it on your screen. Now we will select a rectangular tool and change it to ellipse tool by pressing U on keyboard, and press Shift to maintain its aspect ratio and size it up like this, and create a circle here. Let's change its color to black. Select your move tool and we will rasterize this. Now we will go to FX and give it some gradient overlays. For gradients, we will click on gradient color sheet and change its color to like green color, like this. Copy this color and paste it on the second dot here, and this time we will make it a lighter color. Hit OK. Nothing a big issue. Just click on reverse and change it linear to radial. Great. Let's size it to about like this. Looks great. Nice. Hit OK. Other settings are as they are. Now what we have to do is we will give it some inner shadow. Increase the opacity to about 100. Change the blending mode to normal. Change the distance to about 0 and size it up like this. It should be about 70 or 80. Increase the choke to about 15 and let's change it to 50. Looks good. Hit OK. Close it up. Now create a new layer and we will give it some reflection. So change this layer name to reflection and we'll drag it from top, so we'll name it top, reflection top, and change it name to about sphere. Now we will select our rectangular marquee tool and select elliptical marquee tool. Now first we will press Shift to keep its aspect ratio maintain and select a circle, and then we will leave the Shift key and select like this area like this to make it more perfect and precise. I would like to mess with this. I think it's pretty much nice here. Great. So we will fill this with white color. Press Alt plus backspace. As we know, our foreground color is white. So press Ctrl. We will give it a layer mask. Click on this layer mask button and press G from your keyboard. Change this color to default. For this, press D. Press X to make it foreground color your black color, and the background color should be white. And click on this. Click on first gradient, which is foreground to background. Hit OK. Now we will select our reflection layer and press shift and drag it like this. Sorry, it's a reverse. Now change it like let's play with this. Press Ctrl D. Nope. Let's drag it like here. Press Ctrl D. Yes, great. Now we will size it down its blending mode to about like it looks great on 45, so we will leave it on 50. I think much better than others. So we have created our reflection. Now we will create a logo. For logo I am using this free vector art image. This is given in the project file. You can free download it. The link is given in the description bar. Now we will unlock this. As we know, this is filled with white color, which we didn't need this. So we will select our eraser tool and select our magic eraser and give it a click, and one more click, click, and one more click, click, and one more click, and click, and one more click. Great. Now I will pick and drag it in our main PSD file. Okay, so the size is too much bigger, so press Ctrl A to select all of this area, and let's center this by this, and selecting by from last to second last. Press Ctrl T to deselect that. Now press Ctrl T to size it down. Press Shift Alt and size it down like this. Now we'll press Shift and rotate it to about 90 degrees. Pretty much nice. Let's size it down a little bit more like this and select apply. Very nice. Great. Okay, so now we will give it a color. For the color we will press Ctrl and click on this. As we have selected our this layer, let's name this as what should we call is main. Okay, so we have selected our main layer. Now we will select a color. Let's select a color like this color. Now press Alt plus backspace to fill it with this color. Now press Ctrl D to deselect that. Now the main thing is we will go to our adjustment and click on Hue Saturations, and we will mask this layer on main. So we will press Control Alt and take our cursor between those two layers, it's Hue Saturations and a main layer, and you will see that an arrow is pointing on between these layers. We will click and make it a mask on this layer. Now we will size it down the lightness to about darker and saturation to about 50, or increase more, and change its color to about like greenish color. Nice. So settings are Hue is -36, saturation is +56, and the lightness is -70. And close it up. Now we'll select our main layer and go to effects and select blending options. For the blending options, first we will zoom it in to check what's going on here. So now we will select our effects and blending options again. Nice. Now we will give it a inner shadow. Click on inner shadows. For inner shadows we will increase its opacity to about 75 and its distance to about like 7, and size to about 10. and choke to about 7. Okay, so now we will give it a light from the top side because the shadow is dropping down. Let's change the angle to about 120. Change it to 120, like, let's change it from here, 120. Now you can see that it's on 120. Okay, so now we'll give it a light. So for the light we will select drop shadow. Now you will think that this is a really bad idea, but I am using this with another way. So let's change the blending mode to normal and change the color to white. Increase the color. We'll use distance to about 2, I think, pretty much nice, or 1, I think it's 2. So the size is not a big issue, so we'll turn down the light to about where it looks more aggressive and awesome. For this we will use opacity of like 60. I think it looks great on 60. So hit OK, zoom it out, looks cool. Okay, so the next step is we will create more reflections. For this we will get a new layer and call it as reflect 1. Press P from your keyboard to call up your pen tool. Click on the upper side and click on the second click. We will give it a like here, and we will make it look like this. Press Ctrl and size it down and pick and drag it like this. Now I will click on this to make it a closed shape. Now we'll right click and select make selection, hit OK. Now we will fill this with white color, so click on this black and white dot and it will change its color to default colors. Now our foreground color is black, change it to white by clicking on this arrow and press Alt plus backspace. Now press Ctrl D to deselect that. Now press Ctrl and hold it and select only this reflect and click on the sphere. Press Ctrl Shift and J to cut this. Now delete the reflect 1 and the only layer we will remain is layer 1. We will name this as reflect 1. Okay, so we will get a new layer again. We will hide this reflect 1 for this time and we will select pen tool and give it a click here and a click here. Now we will size it like this and press Ctrl and let's set this up like this. Let's turn this on, determine where it's ending, like it's ending on here. So hide this again and give it a click, click here, click here, click here and close it up. Now we will right click and make a selection, hit OK. Now we will press Alt plus backspace to fill it with white color. Now press Ctrl D and let's repeat the previous procedure, like press and hold your Control key, select this layer and take your cursor on this cube. You will see that a cube will appear on your hand and press and give it a click. It will select the sphere and press Ctrl Shift and J to cut this. Now we'll click and drag and remove this because we didn't need this. Change its name to about reflect 2. Turn them on both, or turn this off one time, and let's size it down to about like it's look perfect. It looks perfect on 18 or 20. So we will select the reflect 1 and change it to about 20 like the reflect 2. Okay, so it's on 20 now. Looks good. Great. Now what we have to do is one thing is left is one more thing. I will add another thing, create a new layer, and we will select our rectangular marquee tool and select our elliptical marquee tool and make this shape. Select your move tool, press Alt plus backspace to fill it with white color. Now press Ctrl D and press Ctrl T and rotate it like your size it up like this, and it should be look like this. Press Ctrl T and rotate it a little bit more. Nice. Now what we have to do is we will go to effects and give it some blending options like afterglow. Where is afterglow? Here is afterglow. So we will make it normal and 100%. Let's change its color to white and increase the size like this, a little bit more. Hit OK. Now we will size it and change its opacity to about like 75 or 80 or 85. 80 is much better. So we have done this, but I think we should have add another thing. Let's add a outer ring. Double click on the sphere and give it a bevel and emboss. Change the style to outer bevel and change the depth to 1000% and size it to about 14. Great. Increase the size to about 60. Give it a counter. So hit OK. Now we will give it a background color to appear our ring. Select the background color. For the background color, I am selecting this darker green color. Press Alt plus backspace to fill it with this color. Now we will go to filter, noise, and add noise. Make it 2.46 or directly 2.2%. Hit OK. The settings are the distribution is Gaussian and the monochromatic checked. Hit OK. Let's give it a shadow. Press B, create a new layer and select our black color as foreground color. Click and make a black dot. Press Ctrl T and size it like this. Where it looks perfect, I will go for that like this. Now the thing is that we have to increase its size like this because the logo is so much bigger. Looks cool. Now click and drag it right under this sphere. Press Ctrl J to make another copy, but it looks dull. It's look nice on layer 1. Let's change this name to shadows and change this layer name to about white dot. Great. So we have finished our tutorial. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Please subscribe to our channel. We will meet in our next tutorial. Till then, take care.